Hi guys, welcome back to Days Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie that I recently watched on Netflix called Preservation. Preservation was released in 2014. It was written and directed by Christopher Denham, who also directed Home Movie. The movie stars Ren Schmidt, who plays Whit, Aaron Staton, who plays Mike, Whit's husband, and Pablo Schreiber, who plays Sean. He is the brother of Mike. So there are three main characters. The story of Preservation follows these three characters and Sean's dog into the woods on a camping trip. And along the way, their very first night in the woods, they go to sleep. Everything is fine. They get a little bit tipsy, a little bit drunk. They go to sleep. Next morning they wake up and all of their camping gear is stolen. Even the tent that Whit and Mike were sleeping in somehow disappears. They're sleeping on the ground and they were never disturbed in the night. But for some reason they have X's drawn into their heads, all three of them. So it makes you immediately start wondering what's going on here. How did all their stuff get stolen in the middle of the night? So it starts off a little bit interesting. Well, then it goes downhill from there. The Preservation is it's a horror movie, but I consider it more of a thriller movie because there's really not a lot of scares in this movie. It's more of a thrill, like a cat and mouse type of thriller. The cat being whoever it is that stole the trio's camping goods and is basically terrorizing them. But I don't want to give too much away with Preservation, but it winds up being a situation where it's been there, seen that before, essentially. You can see where they've taken a lot of elements from other movies, better movies, like the French film Them. The French title is Ils, I-L-S. That was released in 2006. That's similar to the type of vein of Preservation. Preservation takes place out in the woods, but Them takes place in a home. And then there's Eden Lake. Eden Lake was released in 2008. It's a UK film starring Michael Fassbender. That is also very similar to Preservation. That one also takes place out in the wilderness. All three of those, if you've seen either of those other two, then you sort of have an idea where Preservation is going. But Preservation is definitely a letdown compared to Them and Eden Lake. They're both far superior movies, as far as I'm concerned, in regards to how they were made, how the antagonists are made scary, basically. And plus, Preservation, I don't know whether it was a budget concern, a budget issue, where they didn't have time to go back and refilm certain things, but there were a number of problems with Preservation. Little nitpicking things, like in one scene where Whit is riding a bicycle down a path and the sun is starting to set. You can see the headlights on the car behind her reflecting on the bicycle and on her legs. And, when you notice those kind of things, it takes away from the movie. And another is when Sean is gutting a deer, the way he has the deer strung up, the hind legs are at face level, and he's gutting. Basically, he's spending 20 minutes gutting the groin. Is basically what he's doing, and it's just little things like that are enough to take a movie that's already teetering on the edge down. But you know what? That's my personal opinion. Preservation. The acting is reasonably good in the movie. Story-wise, not bad, but it could have been. It could have been better. Definitely, there was a lot of hard to believe scenarios throughout the movie. Like, for example, Wit. She's being chased by her pursuers, and she has to climb over a mountain to get away from them. And within 10 minutes, they somehow make it around the mountain, and they're there right on top of her practically. It's just a lot of those types of situations where you sit there and you say, really? But like I said, that's my opinion. A lot of people may like it, but I'm sort of jaded when it comes to horror movies. I've seen a lot, and very few scares me anymore. Although the French movie, that one was good. I definitely highly recommend that one, and Eden Lake over Preservation. For Preservation, I give it 2 stars out of 5. So, my suggestion: steer away from it. Watch Them or Eden Lake. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.